Hello, my name is Vorm, and this is a continuation of our play for Through the Ages, the digital edition of the fabulous board game. And this is the Deep Impact Challenge, my second attempt at it, and it's looking to be likely to be my second failed attempt, but it's a fabulous game and I'm really enjoying it. It's very challenging, and every time I play I learn something, so I do feel that I'm advancing my gameplay and getting better at it as time goes by. So if you're following along, and hopefully you are, there's 2 episodes preceding this one. This is going to be the third and final episode to close out this match, so hope you stick with it to the end, and we'll see how I do. I'm hoping to not come in last place. That is my new goal. Don't be last. So if I manage that, I'll consider this a Pyrrhic victory on my part. So where are we at? Currently, we're pretty far behind in culture generation and resource generation, so I'm trying to find a way to get me through these last 4 or so turns I think we've got until we hit the end. Culture generation is the problem, so I've got to find a way of getting more culture created. I've gone a pacifist route. I've decided to give up trying to maintain the arms race. I'm not going to mess with my military. I've got Gandhi as my leader, so he causes the other rivals to pay twice as many military actions to do aggressions or wars against me. And I've also got a defensive pact with Green that's raising my military up. So between those, I'm just hoping to fend off any further military advances and prevent me from having to spend into the military so I can put my resources into other areas. Culture point wise, I'm at 47 with a +6. Yellow's at 56 and about even, so he's a little ahead of me. Green is my big problem. He's ways ahead of me with even more generation per turn. And the scenario rules are set up that I am going to lose a third of my culture generation per turn. So that's a big handicap that I'm trying to overcome to score more culture points. And then red is at 48 +8. So he's going to quickly overtake me as well if I don't make some big changes. So how are we going to affect that? We've already done our politics phase. We're in our civil actions phase and trying to figure out the best way to use our resources. I was taking a look at these cards right here, these wonders. They're a good way of generating some culture points. The problem is I just don't have a lot of resource generation. So it's going to cost me 4 of my civic actions to pull this card, and then I need 16 total resource points to get this built in order to build this whole thing. So that's where it's going to get tough. I've got 10 with a +5 generation, and I was looking at possibly engineering genius. Cost me 2 of my civic actions, but I can build 1 stage of a wonder for 5 less, so that's a pretty good savings. So I just think that would be more beneficial. I'd only get 10 points out of it if I built it now, but I could also hold it for a period of time. You score 1 culture point per level of each of your technology cards. So if I got any other technology cards done, I could increase the return rate on that, but then again I'm handicapped. I don't really have a whole lot of resource generation. So how to best take advantage of this? Internet, similar boat. I'd get 9, but it's going to take 5 stages to build it. There's nothing else really up here that's going to generate enough culture to make it worth going after. I'm definitely not going to go after diploma or democracy. I'm stuck with Gandhi through to the end. I think I'm going to have to go with spaceflight and if not efficient upgrade, engineering genius, like so, and I've already used a point or used my ocean liner service to get my free worker this round, so I've got to carefully figure out if I've got enough points. So engineering genius is going to let me build a 1 stage for 5 less for the wonder. So in order to build this, it's the last stage I'd like to spend the 5 points on. So I want 7, 10, I need 11 points to build these first 3 stages at the beginning of next turn. So I don't want to spend more than 4 points and hope I don't lose any to any political shenanigans in between the phase. So with only 4 points available for me to spend and 1 action left, I could move this guy somewhere, but with only 4 points, maybe I could get the upgrade. Now it's 6 points to go to there, 3 points to upgrade here, so I could do this and still be able to afford everything next round. So I think that's probably my best play. So we're going to go with that. Oh, not corruption. No. That's going to screw things up. Alright. Oh, I have no civic actions left. I really don't want to throw a guy onto the military just to recover some of the resource points, but I'm going to lose 2 if I don't spend them. So it's going to cost 2 to put him out here. So if I move this guy to here... So if I lose 2, that's going to put me at 5. That's going to put me at 11 exactly, which is what I need to finish this. That gives me no wiggle room. I'd really rather not put any guys in the military, though. We're going to try it. Yep, I know. And we're not going to be aggressing anybody, so we'll get rid of that. Alright, well, hopefully. Alright, well, that gives me some room. No food and 4 extra resources, so I think that will take care of the problem. Took computers and developed it, and is building a lab. 16 science points and 12 per turn for this guy. He's at 83 plus 8 on culture. Yeesh. An acceptance of supremacy was rejected from red to yellow. Good to know. What you gonna do, yellow? Alright, so everybody left me alone, so far my pacifist plan is working. Whether that holds out if they manage to raise their military much higher is the real question. I am definitely in last place now, with not much chance of raising that any higher. Must be nice having all those resources available. I don't know what that feels like. Alright, so I'm actually not doing too bad myself in the immediate stockpile. It's the plus numbers that I'm just low on. I would really be more comfortable with about double this at this point in the game, but do with what I can with what I got. Alright, I gotta get this finished. So the only question mark is, do I do it right now or do I wait until I get another research done? I've got 13, so I've got enough to actually research something. So specifically, you immediately score 1 per level of each of your technology cards. So if I researched a level 3 technology, I would get 3 additional points for each one of those that I can manage to get researched. There's only going to be maybe 3 more turns in the game. Really depends on how many cards people are buying. So it might be 4. I'd be surprised if it was more than 4, though. In regards to culture generation, Well, we're on political. Let me get through the political first. We're not going to aggress anybody. No, get rid of that. So, impact attack. Each civilization scores 4 for each of its level 3 technologies. I don't think I have a... Oops, get back. Yeah, I have none of those currently. Red's got a boatload, so I definitely don't want that to fire off. We're just going to skip politics. Alright, action phase. So, what I was looking at, movie theater has got 4. The problem being that number right there. That looks great, happiness and 4 culture, but it's that I always forget to take a look at. So, could I get it out? Yes. Could I actually build one and put workers in it? That's the hard part. I mean, all of my resources, for the most part, are going to go into building this wonder as soon as I attempt it. So it's a matter of timing. I think I need to get this thing built and move on. So I don't think it's worth waiting for me to get anything else. Although, if I wait, I don't think it harms me to research something. Let's see, if I take that and then research it, so I'll develop it, I'll score 3 using, I'll get 3 back using breakthrough, so go ahead and do that. Alright, that gives me an upgrade path. So I can upgrade from there to there, it only costs 3 points, and I'll get the benefit of the extra per. Alright, so that's probably a good plan there. And then I'm going to do this. And we're going to do all these stages to here. Then we're going to do the last one. Oh. There we go. Alright, so we're getting 13 out of it. Got us up to 66. And we've got 4 wonders complete. I'm actually pretty happy about that. Alright, so we're at 66 plus 6. 64 plus 5, so we're pretty much at parity with yellow. We're still 20 points behind, not quite 20 points behind him, and the per turn is still not good. And yeah, 56 plus 8, so he'll catch up to us pretty quickly. So we're not home free yet. What have I got left? So a little bit of resources left, 2 action points. Don't care about the military, don't care, so none of that's going to help, don't care. None of the cards up there are going to help me, so what can I do down here? With only 4 resource points, I've got that as an option, and I think that's about it. Not much I can do with a single resource point. Yeah, nothing is going to cost 1 point. Even the upgrade paths are more than that, so I don't think I can do anything with my last civic action. I could pull a card, but they're fairly useless. I guess the 5 military is not useless. But can I get that developed? It would take a couple of turns. We definitely want to have it in our hand as opposed to just burning it, so yeah, do the ocean liner. Bring a worker for free. Now end turn. Not going to aggress anybody. Not going to take advantage of that. Alright, what are they going to do? Wealthy territory. So this is kind of an interesting question for me, because if I'm not going to go military, does it really matter if I have 12 military versus 2 military? If I'm forcing them to pay extra and I'm willing to give up whatever they can take on their aggressions, I think I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna bid for it. So we'll see what we can do. So let's bid 2, see what happens. We won it. Alright, so we're gonna say okay, and I'm gonna have to give my card away, but that's also fine. So we have to do 1 military and we have to do a card. think we have to do a card? No, that's 2 out of 2. Colonize. Cool. Don't even have to use the card. That got us a pile of resources. So, I only lost 2 points. I don't think that's much in the general scheme of things. So far, it's been a good idea to go that pacifist route. I'm glad I considered that, and we'll see if it pans out through the rest of the game. Down to 14 cards in the Age 3 deck, so it's not going to go too many more rounds. Oh, here they come. So an aggression. Alright. I have exactly enough to defend against him. Ha ha. I've got 10. This is going to give me 6, and that'll make it a tie and goes in my favor. Otherwise, yeah, that wouldn't be good. Alright, so we're going to use that and defend. Now yellow's going to have an opportunity because I'm out of cards. Or defense cards. He doesn't know that, but... So that guy was willing to spend... Yeah, he's got a whole bar full of military actions, so the double military actions due to Gandhi is not dissuading him from coming after me. I don't remember what government type yellow has, but the same might be true for yellow. But at this point, I'm willing to take the chance. I really don't have any other path to attempt. Yeah. Oh well, same exact thing, and this time I got hammered. So now I'm really not doing well, and he just took 10 resources worth of material from me. Oh well. As soon as I say it's working, I get a hammer blow to the skull. It was a long shot chance anyway, so I'm not too upset that it's not working out. Alright, well, looking at the totals, we're still at parity with yellow, still 20 or so points behind green and fading, and 65 plus 9 for red, so we're just a little bit ahead of him. He'll catch up. Well, he won't catch up at current status before time runs out, but I've still got to do something to push the points ahead. And I really don't have much that's going to do it. As you can see up here, no culture generation ability up here that's going to help me in any way, shape, or form. Could care less about the food. Yeah, this is still going to give huge advantage to people I don't want to get an advantage from. Peace treaty. I'll try it, but... It may only be one active pact. My military alliance will be canceled. That'll drop my military power. Yeah. So, we're going to skip politics. Well. What can I do? I can do that. And I can do... Cost 8 and 11. Bread and circuses isn't going to help. Maybe next turn before I can get this out. Take that. Farm, mine, or urban building. Yeah, that could come in handy. We'll grab that. Engineering's a little too late. I don't think the game's going to go more than this round and one more, and it'll be done. So, really very little I can manage to do. I'll probably only gain 4 points out of that. 4 culture points for 3 civic resources. Civic points I don't think is a good trade-off. I'm thinking of pulling guys out of my Coliseum and redeploying them, but I just don't have the resources to put them to work with. I've already got workers I can't actually use. That's where my problem was. I managed to get the happiness, I managed to get the ocean liner up, but then I just didn't have the resources to take advantage of those benefits. And it has caused multi-turn issues with my progression. I don't see anything else up on the card tableau that's going to help me out really. So with that in mind, got enough to do a low-level building upgrade somewhere. Not likely to pull a card that I can research that's going to be important beyond the military theory. Once I buy that next turn, I don't think there will be a turn after to really get much done. So I think my research is done. It's going to go into production. I am done. Even with all these action points, so maybe I will pull this. I don't have the resources to deploy or upgrade anybody. Food's useless, military's useless. It's too late really to get much benefit out of engineering. And I wouldn't get it deployed after the military theory anyway. And even military theory I guess is useless because yeah, it's just going to be one round. We'll just keep it because I don't see anything else happening that's going to change. So we'll grab that and end our turn. Get rid of aggression. See who and how many hit me this round. I only got one defensive card. That will protect me at current levels against those two, but it's not going to save me against yellow if he comes at me again. So there's only 3 cards left in the deck. 2 cards are going to disappear. So yep, this will definitely be... I'm not 100% sure on when the final round begins. The game doesn't seem to be real good about giving a big blaring announcement about the final round and when it starts. I think it does tell me when it's my final turn. Yeah. You guys and your armed aggressions. Jeez. Told you. Oh, wait. That's not what I want. That's what I want. Told you not to try it. Jeez. And yellow gonna come at me too. Age 4, present times. All civilizations lose, blah blah blah. And the international trade agreement expired. Terrorism. And at least I didn't lose that one. I'm not in last place for culture, so red had to take a hit. No combat coming at me from yellow. Good to know. Not sure what use that'll be, but do for you, bud. Here in the last turn of the game. Alright, final round. So it is announcing final round. I just don't know if when that card came up, when the Age 4 came up on Red's turn, was that his final round? Or is this just announcing for me and my benefit that this is my final round? I'd like to know for sure if everybody else is going to get another round after me, or if these two are already finished, or what. So that's where I'm a little confused and hesitant on the timing of this. But what can I do? Final round. I'm at 82 and 7. He's at 86 and 5. So not good there. 108. So he's still 20 some points ahead with even more per turn. So I'm just squeaking, staying ahead of red. Yeah, not enough. He's gaining 11. So ugh. All right. what can we do? I got 8 points. I don't... Oh yeah, politics phase. Skip. There's no chance I would get one of these built. So 16 resources. I would love to do it and immediately score 19 victory points, but I've got 8 resources. That'll score tech. That just upgrades a building, and that's going to get me a few points. So nothing's going to give me resources that's going to allow me to build either of these wonders. So those are right out. No way to do it. There's no reason not to do military theory. There's no reason not to do revolutionary idea. I guess there's no reason not to do any of these. I'm not going to get much out of anything else anyway. We'll do... Yeah, it takes 11, I think, to build that. Play that. Sure, it's the only upgrade possible. I think I've got enough for that, and that pretty much finishes me off. Oh, no resources, so there's nowhere to deploy this last worker. 3 points in cards, but I'm not ever going to get to spend any of these. Nobody else is either, so taking cards isn't really going to help. End turn. And I don't care about the ocean liner. I can't do anything with it anyway. Well, my dreams of not being last are about to be crushed. It's going to be a last place finish again. Gained 7. That's better than green and red. Yellow crept another point ahead, but okay, that's better than nothing. Oh, do not tell me he's going to get that built. No, he took it, but he can't actually finish it. I guess that was a consideration. Being careful to grab wonders to make sure nobody else has the option. Yeah, pact rejected. So apparently, the announcement that we got, it does mean everybody after that announcement is going to get one final round, because green has gotten a round, red's getting one, and I'm assuming yellow's about to get one. So partially this is going to come down to the politics finish. Yeah, he doesn't have the points to finish it either. So the politics cards that are still in the deck are going to be the final scoring mechanism, really. And yep, here it goes. Not a good ratio. I moved down into 3rd place. I expect to be moved down into 4th place before this is over. And we're tied. Ooh, 44 points. There's no way I'm ahead of that bottom guy. Yeah, 4th place, once again. My hopes were dashed. Man, almost got lapped. Alright, well, that was a pretty crushing defeat, so did not go at all like I thought it was. I thought at the beginning of the game I had a pretty good handle on things, but the whole middle portion of the game, things kind of fell apart plan-wise. I'm not real sure if it's just bad choices on my part from the options I had, or if the card draws were poor. I didn't feel like as much as the first time I tried this one that the cards themselves really hampered me. I think I just upgraded in a bad method or path and really handicapped myself in just not having the resources to take advantage of some of the things I really pushed to get. Once I got them, I just couldn't take advantage of them because I didn't have the resources to use them. So, unfortunately, another defeat for us in this particular challenge. Like I said, I may need to back out of these challenges and try some standard games, just straight up normal rules against the medium AI until I get a little better. These challenges are ramping up the difficulty and are pretty hard for somebody at my skill level and experience level for the game. So I still just don't quite have a handle on the upgrade path. So I think that's what I'll probably do in the next one. Instead of doing a challenge, I'll just pick 3 AI at a straight up fight and we'll try a match that way. And once I've gotten a victory in that mode, then I'll start looking at these challenges again. And or I'll back down to one of the easier challenges as a possibility. So if you guys have an opinion on what you might like to see, let me know. Also, if you have any strategy suggestions or tips, please feel free to chime in. If you spotted obvious play problems on my part, I would be happy to hear about them so I can get better at the game. You can hit me up in the Discord channel linked in my description, or use the comments section as well. And also do use the like and subscribe. Those would help me out greatly in growing the channel and the channel metrics and its rankings, so that would be much appreciated. Hope you had a good time watching me play and lose, and I hope to see you in future episodes. Have a good day. Bye-bye.